Risk disclaimer. Hello my friend, what's going on? This is Emmanuel Adegbola, aka the Forex Apostle, and I want to welcome you to today's video. So in this video we are going to be looking into cryptocurrency crash that just happened, how they are manipulating the market, what you need to do to guide and protect your asset and your investment. I stumbled on this video and I think I love the content. I'm going to drop the link below this video to his YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Invest Answers. I mean, it could be a little bit boring, but I love the content that the guy pushed out, and of course there's no need to reinvent the wheel, so that's why I'm sharing this content with you today. However, if today is the very first time that you are connecting with this channel and you have not subscribed, come on now, do me a favor, smash on that subscribe button so that you can just give us a little encouragement. Also smash on that bell button so that you will be notified when next we upload a new video. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do that. It's going to be a little bit a lengthy video today, but make sure you watch it to the end, then like it, leave your comment, and make sure you share it with somebody. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do that, and then we'll continue with this video in a second.
Are going to talk about everything that happened, and I've touched on this stuff before, but this time it happened in earnest. So let's tweak a couple of things and jump right in. Let me see, you guys can hear me okay? I take that as a roger. Okay, so I'm going to talk about everything, more Bitcoin and crypto news to try and calm everybody down. This was quite an incredible evening, and I'm talking about everything that went down, why it happened, who was doing it, how they're doing it, and what to look for as well as we all go forward. So again, you know what this channel's about, and none of this of course is investment advice, so no more wasting time on that. And I said yesterday, keep calm and huddle. I didn't expect us to drop $10,000 in a matter of hours, so but then it bounced right back. So first of all, I need a Valium. I think we all need a Valium. Actually, I thought about having a Heineken beer or a glass of wine during this live stream to do like a Meet George. Anyway, to jump in, here we go. So typically, and my modus operandi for my whole life has been, when fear is at its maximum, when people are leaving the building, I'm running in. When the building's on fire, I'm running in. And this is the old fear and greed index for Bitcoin. As you know, we are almost at extreme fear. We are at extreme fear, but it's been lower than that in the past, but it's pretty much as low as it can go. So watch for that, everybody. At maximum fear is a good time. Maximum enthusiasm and confidence is typically a bad time. But let's talk about why I think everything is happening. First of all, a little story to take us all back in time. So for the first time, the small guy, like you and me, we confront run Wall Street. However, freedom comes at a price. So I was trying to think of the best way to articulate exactly what's going on here. So the good thing about Bitcoin is it's free from any protections, which also is a bad thing. And that means it can be manipulated and is being manipulated on a weekly, daily basis, and since the beginning of time. And that brings about a lot of fear, and it brings about a lot of capitulation, and that's what we saw today. People broke. The people that timed this, they timed it perfectly. They executed it perfectly, in terms of the FUD and everything else. And yes, I do intermittent fasting. I eat a shake, a vegetable blend at lunchtime, and grill vegetables around 6 p.m. I eat twice a day. So, Mady, thank you for that question. But what happened, and I'm going to go in detail through this whole orchestration. Bitcoin fell 53% over 5 weeks. and went up 35% in 3.5 hours. So look at all those 5s and 3s. I always like to see patterns and numbers. That's just uncanny. And the question is now, is this a new bull market? I mean, as bullish as ever. And I'll prove the case as well as to why. So no need to panic, everybody. But what's really going on? Why is this all happening? So I think because the small guy, like you and me, has front-run Wall Street, and people know that Bitcoin is the most pristine asset of our lifetimes and perhaps in the history of the world, the retail investor has the bags, the small guy has the bags, and now all of a sudden the money centers want in, the millionaires want in, the billionaires want in, everybody wants in, and they don't have any bags. So how are they going to get Bitcoin away from you all? And that's exactly what they've been planning. Flooding, like first of all, Bitcoin's going to $400,000. And then in January, February, it's like, uh-oh, we don't have enough Bitcoin. Let's scare the heck out of the market. What can we do? It's going to 20,000. It's going to 25,000. Everybody get nervous. It's going to crash. And then he probably works behind the scenes with a whole bunch of other people to make stuff happen. And that is what I believe is going on. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but I'll prove it's probably not. So first of all, you look at the more rich clients are getting serviced. Today, 3 hours ago, Wells Fargo announced they're going to offer capability for crypto, invest over $50 million or $100 million, or whatever the case may be. JP Morgan, same thing. Goldman Sachs, same thing. Now Wells Fargo. So do you guys all see a pattern? The pattern is they are all lining up to generate funds to give Bitcoin to the highest and wealthiest individuals out there. But they need the coin to be able to sell them in the first place. And they don't want to spend $65,000 on it, or $77,000 or $100,000. Therefore, they need to shake the trees, shake the weak hands, and grab the coins away. So, more proof points. JP Morgan, master manipulators. We all know the stuff that they have done in the past. For 20, 30 years, they've been manipulating the gold price. So here today, again, a few hours ago, they said institutional investors are dumping Bitcoin in favor of gold. Give me a break. That is just garbage. And they manipulate the gold market. So who do you trust? It's like, really, really painful. Gary, yes, I have looked into Nexo. Be very careful. There are some people that wrote to me regarding being scammed from Nexo, so be very careful. Think about Celsius. So thanks for that question. Sorry for disturbing this, because some people ask questions that I need to protect them, so I do a very quick interruption. So based on open interest in CME Bitcoin futures contracts, they believe the price is going down. And this is all bull. If you looked at my video yesterday, I proved that the actual contracts are 3-to-1 on the bullish side for Bitcoin. And that was before any of this happened. So long term, medium term, everything still remains very bullish. Now Max Kaiser came in and gave his point of view regarding JP Morgan. These guys have just finished paying $1 billion in a fine for manipulating gold prices, and now they're connecting Bitcoin to gold? Come on, it doesn't make any sense. They lowered the price target as well for Bitcoin, which isn't too bad. They said the price target has gone from 146,000 down to 130,000. So that's not too drastic, but Max Kaiser was very funny, saying, nice try, crooks, trying to shake people free. But the sad thing is people are losing money, and I'll talk about more of about those later. But first of all, let's talk about big firm manipulating what's going on right now. Some sound bites. This was on Reddit, and it's been widely publicized. And this was Orchestrated a FUD campaign, i.e. China Bitcoin ban, usual stuff we've been hearing for years and years, maybe on top of, piggybacking on top of the Elon Musk stuff. And there was a coordinated dump planned for 7 a.m. UTC. And that dump, I'll show you exactly how they do that in a few slides. But once liquidated, buy all you can, and the projection is $70,000 Bitcoin next. Very clear, it's an anonymous writer, says he works for a big firm, probably Chinese-based, but this is what's going on, and this is what we have to be aware of. And this is a reality today. This is really happening. Again, I am 90% sure this is the truth. I'm 90% sure everything's being manipulated, maybe 99%, but let's go a little bit deeper. So everybody was talking about the Wyckoff orchestrated pump and dump, and I was a bit of a skeptic in the beginning, but over the last week or so, and definitely today, when you look at the pattern chart and what a typical Wyckoff orchestrated pump and dump is, it makes all the sense in the world. Now, this guy came up with these theories over 120 years ago. So I just want to read some of his key quotes. When you take a wholly impartial viewpoint, unbiased by news, gossip, opinions, and your own prejudices, you realize that the stock market is like any other merchandising business. Remember, the key word here is merchandising business. It's to sell stuff, whatever it is. Buy low, sell high. Now, manipulators, even more important, can only play in markets that they can move best, so they can secure the highest possible rate of turnover of sell it high. Real simple, like merchandising. This is what he's talking about. Now, going a little bit further to illustrate that this pump and dump was real, the proof, within 10 minutes, 20,000 Bitcoins are moved off the exchanges after the crash, after the dump. This has never happened in the history of the world. And this proves the big institutions are jumping in, they are buying, and they're moving to cold storage instantaneously, okay? So they managed to pull 20,000 Bitcoin, or a hell of a lot more amount of time. And do they do this? So this is something that, how are these things orchestrated? Well, I'll give you a simple example of what I would do if I had $100 million to spare and I could take that type of hit. You need to do it with severe numbers to get a big impact. So you borrow $100 million of Bitcoin at 10 to 1 leverage. You could even do 100 to 1 leverage if you wanted. So assuming 10 to 1, that'll cost you $10 million. You use 10 million of cash to build a 10 to 1 short position at the same time, let's say a strike of $50,000 per Bitcoin. Then immediately, the $100 million of Bitcoin you have, you dump it on the market, but you wait for the right time. You wait for the maximum FUD to be in play, you wait for people to be nervous, and you wait for liquidity to be low. And that dumping 2 a.m. in the morning, you don't know when it's going to happen. Okay, so they dump it, they dump 100 million, and the Bitcoin price dumps, say 5,000 or 10,000 like yesterday. Then they cover the short, profiting 60% in gains, and they buy the Bitcoin back cheaper than they bought it. So for that little investment that they borrowed, and this happens over a period of a few hours or a few days, you can make 20 to $30 million on a $10 million investment very, very quickly. So this may sound like double Dutch to some of you, but it's actually really simple. And it's the manipulation that's been happening for decades and decades and decades in other markets. We're talking copper, palladium, gold, cotton futures. It's the easiest playbook in the world. Real simple. So anyway, that's how they do it. Now there's other tricks that they pull as well that I want you all to be familiar with. So there are things called hidden orders, where they do things off market so people can't see. There are also spoof orders. These are fake orders where people say, oh, I'm going to buy 10,000 Bitcoin, but they're not really going to buy it. But they drive the hype. That's where they can drive things up or down. If they say, I'm going to sell 10,000 Bitcoins. Then there's wash trading. That means they use multiple exchanges to orchestrate big kind of attacks to drive this cascading of selling very quickly. And then they force a liquidation that leads to a cascading of selling. Now, what I want to tell you all as well, these guys that do this, or these companies or whoever they are, they know where the long positions are, where the strikes are, where the levered investors are that invest in Bitcoin. They go long on margin, like 10 to 1 or 100 to 1 on Bybit, and they wait. And they structure their positions to wipe these people out very quickly and with absolute surgical precision. It is orchestrated, it's completely manipulated, and everybody knows. And then what happens next? It's real simple. The whales feast. So the sell-off flushes out the traders that are using excessive leverage. That's why I don't use leverage on crypto, because I know how dangerous it is. I do use leverage on equities because it's safer. And well-positioned traders and large entities with dry powder, and if you've been in this channel for a while, you know I always say, keep some dry powder. They buy the dip promptly. They know where the bottom is. They know they're going down to 30,000, and they have all the buy orders ready at $30,100, and they jump in and they buy it all. Then they dump all their Bitcoin that they bought, take it off the market, put it into cold storage in a span of 10 minutes. Okay? And this is just Bitcoin. Everything all across the board. So everybody, this is a wholesale manipulation. But there's some good news, and that's coming. But before I give you the good news, I'm going to say, do you want to give your coins to this guy? Does he look like he needs more Bitcoin? So let me explain one more time how it all happens. So the market gets beat to hell. Then there's more beatings. There's more FUD. And then there's more FUD. And then the bargain buyers buy panic. Then the panic sellers sell at the lowest price. Then everybody capitulates. Then the big money piles in, and this guy. I just want to say there's a lot of people that got hurt out there. A lot of messages from people that literally lost $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million, $600,000, $50,000. But for many people, this was life-changing. And this makes me very sad. So, a moment of silence. There's people that are probably going to end up getting divorced because of this, and it's just nasty. But you gotta really realize that this happens all the time. So just belong, you know. So I just want to say as well, after that moment of silence, that Binance alone, traders lost $410 million just on one exchange. That's craziness. So the good news, cheer us all up, very important. So let's talk about the capitulation phase. This is all behind us now. If you look at this, the speculators sadly either got crushed or they're running for the hills. But at the capitulation phase, which we've just gone through, people are a little bit discouraged, but those who are strong know to move in and buy and take opportunity of this. So that's what's happening. And timing is everything. Everything in the market. So the best time to buy is when there's maximum fear and when the weak people are selling. Real average, which is approximately $40,000. And we are very close to that right now. We're about 39,200. So we need to get above that 40,200 day moving average level. That will be the new support. We crashed below it because it was manipulated. Once we get above that, then people can rest easy. So that's the first piece of good news. We're there. Look at where we are. Look at the past. This bull market's not over. I'm 99% sure of that. 1% could be, but I don't think so. The macro backdrop is far too powerful. So just think, we're maybe the half, 2/3 the way through this bull cycle, but the good stuff is yet to come. Just look at the supply and the exchanges. There's nothing there. The other thing is, everybody has to be a believer in the stock to flow model. Okay, this is Plan B's work of art. It is perfect. Look at how aligned it is. Never in the history of the world has it been this accurate, this close to the line than now. Even with the blip we just had, yeah, there's a little burp, little yellow line off of the black line, but compared to previous cycles, it's extremely on track. So that's more good news. And let's go to my favorite, Cathie Wood, on Bloomberg this morning. 4 or 5 hours ago, she said, Bill, still bullish. Bitcoin's going to $500,000 in 3 or 4 years, and that's her target. Now, she said these are soul-searching times. She too has been hurt by the capitulation, by the weak market. Her ARK ETFs have been destroyed. Everything's down 20, 30, 40%. But she's in these disruptive names that get hit hard first. Remember, the higher the beta of a stock, the higher the risk, but also the higher the return. And that's what's key. Now, the environmental concerns, she said, caused Musk to pull away from Bitcoin. And she understands this, but she also understands that this is an opportunity. And this will drive more renewables from mining. And it'll make the most pristine asset in the world even more pristine, even more green. So there'll be no possibility of FUD in the future. Now, she's having a conference in July in San Francisco with Square to talk about this. And Bitcoin mining, she's looking at finding a way to tie this into the very good opportunity. Capitulation, always good opportunity. But remember, just to be always very cautious and safe, we're not out of the woods just yet. We've got to get above that 200-day moving average. Once we're comfortable above that, then we can all relax. So the final lesson before I go to Q&A. So this is from Wyckoff. This is literally 110 years ago, he says. Successful tape reading, that's how they used to read the ticker tape back in the old days to see the price of stocks and stuff, is a study of force. It requires the ability to judge which side has the greatest pulling power, and one must have the courage to go with that side. So the question is, where's Bitcoin going? Up or down? I think it's going up, but just don't let yourselves be fooled by others. Hope you like this content. I'm going to open this up to some Q&A with you all right now. So I'm going to pop open the questions and see what we got. And first of all, I hope everybody's doing okay. I know we got destroyed. And let's see what's going on with the team here. And I hope I didn't miss any key questions. I'm going to scroll up real quick and make sure I didn't miss any super chats. So from Hidden Rage 1, this will pass. This is Bitcoin today. Today's opportunity. Yes, well said. It is a big opportunity. Remember, look at the guys that are taking the crypto off the market. Look who they are. Look what they've been doing for hundreds of years. They're trying to get ahead of the retail investor, and they need to get their hands on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is so scarce. It's not even funny. Last I heard, I think last time I analyzed Glassnode, there was like 2.1 million coins on exchanges. Somebody said yesterday there's about 1.3 left. 1.3 million coins, and there's more than 51 million millionaires, and they don't have Bitcoin, so there simply isn't enough to go around. So anyway, let's jump to some questions. Hit me. Yeah, Cardano. I did some shopping as well last night. Thank you, Gail. Smash the like, it'll be good. Maybe everybody will be thanking Elon in a few months for the sale opportunity. Exactly. I know a lot of people within Patreon, and thank you to everybody in Patreon as well, how relaxed and calm they've been. Really good. So, but many who had a vision and the dream of holding one Bitcoin, they achieved that dream over the last 24 hours. So, as I always say, be patient. Wait. Somebody asked me 2 days ago after my Solana video, should I buy Solana now at $52? I said, no, wait. It fluctuates 20% a day. Give it time. You'll be able to buy it at $42. 24 hours later, there it was, 42. But it's been extremely strong. So, Fell Honey Pot. Hiya, I'm 1 month in and 25K down. My plan was always to hold for 3 to 5 years and ride the bear. Is Bitcoin, ETH, and Cardano okay to hold through the bear? So I think definitely Bitcoin is good to hold through the bear. Ethereum, I think, provided July goes very well, is okay to hold. And Cardano is a function of what happens with their smart contracts. They have a lot of stuff coming out right now with their new hard fork, and we just have to watch this space. But as I warn everybody, yes, it's good to have a long-term perspective, but always be ready to tap dance. And you'll make your gains back, don't worry. I think the future is still very, very, very bullish. But I would think about adding small position in a few other names as well. And I've been picking up some of those. If you've been listening to me, you would have heard about it. Names like Solano, BNB, etc. They're very good to hold. So come on, everybody, hit me up with some questions, or is everybody just exhausted from the last 24 hours? AMP is the future of all payments. Yeah, a lot of people say XRP is too, but we'll see. My take on MicroStrategy, again, that guy Michael Saylor keeps on buying every week. Every time he's got $10 million, he buys more Bitcoin. He bought the dip a few days ago, or 2 days ago, and I know he's trying to find money right now to buy more. It's the same thing. As Bitcoin rebounds, MicroStrategy will rebound. It's already way undervalued. So I still hold a lot of MicroStrategy, and I'm not selling at all. So this is a question from Nate Visuals. I bought Solana at 39. Was that smart? Let me see. Checking the quick price right now. I'm wondering when that happened. So, yeah, no, it's 39. It's a very good price. Very smart indeed. Yes. So there's always a lag sometimes between how certain things react. like the lag between Ethereum and Cardano, the lag between Solana, etc. I was actually looking at Polkadot myself because Polkadot just took a huge dip. I was actually watching Solana early this morning and how it didn't take any hit at all. I think 39 is a very good price. I'm into Solana myself. My average cost is about $41 right now. So you have it cheaper than me. It's a nice one, Nate. Good job. Alex Castillo, when do you think the bull run will end? So I'm torn on this one. We've had this little interruption in the middle, which is normal. But remember, the big money, the money centers are coming, but they're coming in July. So I expect a lot of money to come in, and this money will continue to flow. It's not going to be everything in July and August. It's going to continue for a long period of time. And combined with that, you've got this whole revolution in the area of DeFi, which I'm very, very bullish on. So I think names like Ethereum could technically, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a 10 or 15% chance they could go blast right through any type of bear market and continue upwards because of the disruptive nature of what they are now capable of. I would not want to be a traditional bank right now. It's a very nervous time for them, for sure. So Eleanor Goldsmith, 99% of people will be able to navigate crypto. How do you see the man on the street using crypto in the future? I disagree with that. So if you look at the amount of people that have something like a PayPal account, they have the ability to buy crypto. A Square Cash account, same thing. There are now way more on-ramps than there were back in 2017. So the man in the street does have access to crypto. They can buy it at a Safeway grocery store from an ATM machine. So it's everywhere, and you'd be surprised who is actually buying crypto. Like the old story was, I was in line at Home Depot a few weeks ago, and there was two guys in front of me speaking Spanish, and they were talking about Bitcoin, and they want to buy it. So again, everybody's in. Yeah, ICP. Good or Morris, a question. Too late to hop on ICP. I've been looking at it. It looks like it started very high and it's gone even higher. I haven't done a full detailed analysis of it yet with price predictions. So it could be. My investment philosophy is always to try and buy before the big runs and not get in after it's already run, because the odds are stacked against you. So very good question. It could be too late, but I am looking at ICP. I hope to have the analysis done in a week or so. Stay tuned for that. Rishi Singh, the double top theory, 2013 bull run, looks to be in play along with the lengthening cycle theory in this bull run. Can you comment this? Yes, in fact, I made a comment on Patreon or Discord this morning that I was actually given a tremendous amount of confidence in this pullback because it resembled exactly what happened in the two previous bull runs. So, as you correctly say, everything is still happening. We're probably half or a little more than half through this bull run. And I think the impact of the bull run will be a lot less, especially for Bitcoin, because of the supply of Bitcoin is so few. And the demand is about to explode. I always talk about that tsunami of money. People call it the wall of money. That's coming. And the people that are buying Bitcoin now, they're not going to buy it to speculate. They're buying it for their families and their children and their grandchildren and their estate and everything else. So that type of money that comes off, like those 20,000 coins that left the market in 10 minutes a few hours ago, they're not coming back. So I think, I don't want to sound too bullish, but this bull market has a long way to go. And it may not dip as bad as previous ones in the past. So thank you for the question. PG. Thank you for your Canadian dollar contribution. All contributions here go to the furry animals and anybody in need or in danger as well. So that's it. I just want to thank everybody for being there. If there's any final last questions, hit me up. I'm looking at the market right now. Cathie Woods bought a truckload of Tesla today. This is a buying opportunity. And this is why I always urge people to have some dry powder. Binance is looking really good. Again, we're not out of the woods. There's still some more selling to go. But I think my gut would tell me the Bitcoin selling is close to being done. And that should rebound first, and then the rest will go. Aave loans, yes. I'm doing an analysis of Aave coming up, and I think that is a top-notch operation. So not a problem. But just don't put all your eggs in that one basket. Mehdi, thank you so much. You are awesome. Everybody's awesome. Just be safe out there. Take care of each other. And remember, the future is very bright. So big thank you, everybody. I'm going to hang up now and get back to work.